And I'm live. At least I hope I am. Oh, so just went live. Give it a few minutes. See if anyone shows up. Sees what's going on. Get this party started. Oh, it has been a long day. It's always a long day. It's Wednesday. Heck, it's been a long week. Stupid time change. Well, I'm just gonna. Oh, hey, Deb, how you doing? Oh, sorry, I was just playing around in StreamYard, giving it a few minutes for everyone to, start coming in and start talking about the strange and unusual stuff I've got to talk about tonight. Ah, I forgot to bubble my water, so this is going to be, or maybe I did bubble my water. Oh, I did bubble my water. Oops. I'm good. I'm tired. It has been a long day. I've been running around all over the place today. Had to go get cat food, had to go get cat litter, had to go deal with Walmart yet again. I hate Walmart. I swear I'm gonna eventually never go back in there. But yes, I'm glad I remembered to bubble my water. Otherwise, I was gonna have to mute everyone and be like, "I have to bubble water. I'll be right back." Oh, it's been a fun week around here. Non-stop partying all the time. Sorry, you know what? Hang on, because that's gonna sound like something really gross, and it's just me filling up a water bottle. Hang on, I'm gonna mute for a second. Okay, I am back. Uh, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna pop some popcorn and have a snack with my stream, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that either. Nope, not gonna do that one. I gotta find I got something to talk about in a little bit. Um, pull this bad boy up. Where is it? I can never find anything when you want it. Oh no! Well, I'm glad it is not broken because you just got that thing. That'd have been so sad. Oh, yeah. Okay, my sister sent me a thingy, and now I can't find where she sent it to. Aha. Okay, go ahead and pull that up for later. Oh, I'm glad that you're. I'm glad you're here, hanging out with us, Deb. I hope you get to feeling better. I thought I was getting sick like last week, and I was hoping I didn't. I was like, kept feeling that tickle in the back of my throat, and then I just realized it's just the dust and the weather change and everything. So I really hope you're not getting sick. Oh, yeah. I started to like pour water into another bottle, and I was like, "Oh, that's going to sound bad if I do that. So let's just mute that real quick cuz it straight up was starting to sound like, when you go to the bathroom." And I was like, "That's not what everyone wants to hear." Okay? We are not pulling other creators' business around. And then I had to bubble some water. So I was running late because see what happened was is I had everything pulled up. It was like 10:10, and I was ready to hit the go live, and I was like, I'm still in jeans, and I need to go to the bathroom before I start. Crap. So then I come, trottling back out from the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, it's 10:12. Well, at least I'm only 2 minutes late this time. Yeah. So um I was thinking about this the other day when we were talking about the Walmart situation again with the fire, and then the situation with the hostages in my neighborhood, and then the Krogers, and literally in Georgia. Oh my goodness, we have a murder Kroger, we have a disco Kroger, we've got like Krogers that they're not named from the area they're in, but they're named like because of stuff that goes on in the Kroger, if that makes sense. Like, okay, the Kroger I go to is Kroger South, right? And it's in South Fayetteville, but we don't call it the South Fayetteville Kroger. We just call it Fayette South or Kroger South. So Krogers around here get called different things, but it kind of hit me. We have a Kroger called the Murder Kroger because literally it like every week just about someone is getting murdered over there. It's like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to that Kroger. I won't go to that Kroger. That is not the Kroger you want to go to. Yeah, I am horrible. One day I will start at the start time. Sometimes I do get in here early. It is rare, but always expect, I need to put like a disclaimer somewhere. Expect the mouse to be like 5 minutes late at any given time. Within 5 minutes, one way or the other, but it's usually going to be the other. I'm going to be late. Just how it is. I have gotten better. It used to be hours late. Like I would seriously late for everything, late for work, late getting the kids to school. I didn't be on time to save my life, okay? It wasn't happening. Was not gonna happen. So within 5 minutes now, I think I'm doing pretty good. So okay. I got a situation I want to talk about. I want to ask. I want to talk this out because it's been bugging me. Yeah, and anything really can happen. It's like, you can be like ready to go and then, have to go to the bathroom. Something could happen. And some of them are just like me, scatterbrained. It happens. See, I do. I try. I'm not always successful, but I try. And I broke my mouse for my computer, so I've got to order another one tomorrow. I meant to do it earlier, and I forgot. So, yeah, that happened. Okay, so I kind of talked to Juju about this the other day. And I got a little perturbed. My youngest kiddo, right, has been dying to go get a full set of nails, acrylic nails. They want to get their nails done, and I had been against it because one, they put fake nails on and like take them off within a day. So I was like, maybe. But they were really insistent. They wanted to get their nails done. So, okay. Me and my sister were going to go have a little pedicure day. We're like, okay, you know what? Fine. We're going to do this. We're going to go get pedicures. We're going to get the kid set of nails. Hey, AC, how you doing? So we go. And our usual nail spot was like gone. Like it had just been like shut down and gone. We later I would find out that the place we went to was actually run by the nail shop that we used to go to. But they had relocated, rebranded, and made the place bigger. And it made sense because they were always busy before. And me and my sister, we were going to go to this other place, and I'd had a bad experience there. So I was like, let's go try that other place out. So we go to the place that we find out used to be Happy Nails. Now it's Omega Nails. I probably shouldn't have said the name of the place, but I did. It is what it is. So we go in, and they ask, what services we want. And I'm like, me and my sister are getting pedicures. My kiddo is going to get a set of nails. I was like, but look, they've never had nails before. I want the short $35 set. Because we're looking at the price menu and everything. And I'm telling the girl this. I'm like, look, they've never had nails before. Whatever the shortest set they can get, that's what we need to make happen here. So we go, and me and my sister are sitting at the little pedicure, the little foot bath thingy. And they take my kiddo over to the nail station, to the nail techs. And the kiddo's having to wait. And me and my sister, waiting for them to come put the water and stuff and start everything and get our polish colors and, the whole 9 yards. So the girl comes back over and she's like, we have scents for the pedicures. What kind do you want? I'm like, okay, if you're about to get started on me, I can't go over there and talk to the nail tech when she gets started on my kiddo. So I really, 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 really need you to let that tech know the short $35 basic set of nails, right? Like I am like, this is what we have agreed upon. The 2 types of pedicures me and my sister are getting, and the $35 set of nails for my kiddo. So everything's done. We're waiting for my kiddo to get done. We get our pedicures done. The pedicures were great. No complaints about that, right? And I go to pay, and they tell me that they've put a $60 set of nails on my kiddo. And they upped her to gel polish after I told them also no basic polish, no gel polish, because I don't put gel polish on my toes. It's just, they have to grind it off. And I don't want them to do that to my feet more than they have to, So I was perturbed about the whole, I asked for one thing and they went ahead and and then I'm like, I go over there and I'm like, I need to see what you're doing to my kiddo, right? Because I'm wondering why you put a $60 set of nails on my kid. And I get over there, and my kiddo's nails are longer than mine. And I'm like, what? Now, my frustration was not in the fact that, okay, let me reword that. So, I'm not going to dispute that the nails they put on my kid should have cost $60 or more. What I dispute is that it's not what I asked for. Also, I need to take a picture of my kiddo's hands and a picture of my hands, because we have very, very small hands, right? And whereas my nails, though, are regular size, My kids' nails are more like a 10-year old's size and shape. That's wrong. That is so wrong. But then, like, they're like trying to tell me that, oh, I was like, well, I didn't want the gel polish, so you need to, no, we need to fix that. And they're like, oh, well, it's $60 without the gel polish. Well, you've already charged me $60 and told me that was with gel polish. So which is it? Come on. Like, it was, I'm glad she can laugh about it now, because at the time I probably would have been angry as all get out. Like, I literally would have turned into the angry hamster. But yeah, no, it pissed me off because it was like they took advantage of the situation. And that's the way I felt that it was. On me, Juju, they wouldn't be super long nails. On my kiddo, they are. Tomorrow, I'll send you pictures. I'll post some community tab pictures so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And they're almond shaped. They're very nice. They're very pretty. But my hand, um, but my daughter's hand is just too small. And the thing was, is I had expected them to listen to me, and we were already sitting over away from my kiddo. So when we paid, I hadn't seen what they did to my kiddo, and that's my fault. I should have went over there and checked. I know that now. This won't be happening again. Um, I already, kind of went and made a pretty smart assy review about it too. Because no, like, and I know in about a week I'm gonna have to take my kid to get these things taken off, and I've told them, look, just try to keep them on the 2 weeks to where they grow, to where they grow out, and we'll get them off. But don't try to take them off before that, because it's just going to be painful because they're just too new. So, yeah, I was really, really, really annoyed by that. So now I know, okay, haha, you got me once. It won't happen again, because no, I won't be going back there. Which sucks, because the girl who did my pedicures was the girl that always does my pedicures. And I think I had one done about 3 months ago. Before, like, when I found out I was gonna have surgery, I had one done. And oh, they're the acrylic nails, Sal. Like, I need to get some pictures of them. And then I wish I had some pictures of my kiddo's hands before the nails were on, so you could see exactly how small their finger nails are. When I say my kiddo has nails the size of a small child's nails, even though they're 17 years old, they don't have. My kid's got some small hands. It's just weird. They got their dad's feet and hands smaller than me. It makes absolutely no sense. It doesn't compute. But yeah, unfortunately, my kiddo is going to have to deal with this, and I'm going to have to find someone that can actually do nails on them, because yeah. The only problem is, Sal, she just got them put on like 2 days ago, and in order to soften them up to remove them, she's gonna have to sit. Oh goodness, thought I was gonna sneeze. Sorry. Those are gonna have to soak for a minute. So I just told my kiddo, just tough it out, and they've been making it work. You know, using a lot of knuckles for everything, a lot of text to speech. I feel bad for my kiddo too, because when the girl was doing her nails and um was wasn't really asking her questions except for the she did ask her about the length, and my daughter said short. Like, I want them really, really short nails. Kiddo wants short nails. So, but those were not short nails. Like, in no, I mean, like, I grow my own nails, and these things were crazy. But yeah, no, it's just a pain in the butt, and it was frustrating more than anything. And I was trying not to be pissed off about it, but it's hard, especially. You know what? We will try that though when we do take them off, Sal. Um, yeah, trust me, Juju. The next time my kiddo wants some nails done, like, there, we're gonna have to make sure that we go on a day where they can do them after. Um, like, if I'm getting a pedicure, like, then after I get done, then they can get their set of nails put on. Because, that was just like, I'm seriously thinking about teaching myself how to do nails so I can do my kids' own nails at this point. Like, go get the poly gel. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, like getting the poly gel kits and trying that. So that happened. And then after that, we go to Walmart. And this is where everything just the whole day just fell to hell. Like, I'm already mad about the nail salon incident. And oh, and trust me, I did make sure they put gel polish on those nails. Because I was like, oh, hell no, you're not going to tell me you're going to do gel polish and then not put them on there. That's just not going to happen. So, okay, hang on. I do actually have to sneeze, and I feel this coming on. Hang on. Okay, so then the topping to the whole situation of the day. We go to Walmart. And I only went because my husband needed some t shirts for work. I have two options when it comes to his t shirts. I can order them online, and they're way more expensive, or I can usually get them at Walmart because he needs like a 4 to 5X, depending on uh, the cut of the shirt, right? And Walmart is about the only place you can get a 4 to 5X shirt around here, because we have like one specialty store, and yeah. So I went to Walmart to find him some t-shirts. And we go, and all the lines were like out the wazoo, and we go through the self checkout. And my kiddo got some stuff, and I got some stuff, and I got the t-shirts. And my kiddo was bagging everything up, and was like, okay, I got everything, and left the t-shirts behind at the self checkout. And I can't get through to Walmart. I'm calling Walmart. I'm obsessively calling the store, and like, it's ringing for 5 to 10 minutes. Like, no one's answering at all. And I'm like, this is kind of crazy, but okay, okay, you're not gonna answer the phone, great. So I go to Walmart.com, and I get on the chat, and I'm like, look, here's what happened. I left a bag. I can't even get through to the store. I can't get back up there right now. And they're like, well, you're just going to have to make a trip up to the store if you can't get through to them. But we put in a thing saying they need to answer the phone or call you. And they gave them my number, supposedly. Whatever. I didn't hear from them. My husband gets home from work. I go to Walmart. And the lady's like, yeah, well, if you leave something at the self checkout, we don't have to do anything about that. That's your fault. We don't have to reimburse it. We don't have to replace it. we can check the cameras, and if an employee got it, then we can, you know, then we can give you your money back or something. But we have to make sure an employee got it first. If someone else got it, then you're just shit out of luck. Pretty much is what this girl said. Yeah, Deb, she's telling me this, and I'm like, that's some bullshit, because I worked at Walmart. I was like, hell no. Um, and 2 days later, I get a phone call back to them, and they were gonna, let me come back and get a refund for my shirts that I didn't get because they didn't have any more. I don't know what they did with the shirts. They supposedly didn't sell them. They got left. An employee got them, but I went back to go get them. They didn't have a bag back there with shirts in them behind the customer service desk. And they weren't out on the floor. So either someone bought them or someone really took them. I don't know. But they made me wait like 2 to 3 days. Yeah, have a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, they called me back Wednesday morning. So 3 days I'm waiting to find out about this. And I finally get my refund. Whatever. Yay. I got my money back. But yeah. So now I know. Double check that bitch. And then I pissed someone off today because, again, Walmart is busy. And I was trying to find my husband some t-shirts because he needed t-shirts for work. And I did replace 2 of them, but we did go back and look to see if they had any more. They didn't. And we had to get cat food, cat litter, and yeah, that was it. And I got popcorn. So go grab all that stuff, and we go to check out. And this lady behind me is just getting like aggravated because I'm literally checking the whole thing to make sure I didn't leave anything. And I guess I wasn't moving fast enough for her. So I was like, tough. I don't care. At this point, I don't care anymore. Okay, see you later, Sal. Yeah, policy is, yeah, always to deal with that situation. And just, yeah, as long as they got a receipt, you replace it. It is what it is. So I will have to check out those soft gel tip thingies that Sal was talking about. Oh. Yeah, it was a really just crazy week. It was like, everything was just going bad. And then I realized what it was. It was the whole, I firmly am one of those believers that when the moon is full and then you have a lunar eclipse on top of it, people get a little crazy. They do. I'm not saying everyone does, but there is just like a handful of people that stuff will always go wrong for. And that's me. Like every time it's a full moon, stuff is just weird. And then we finally got a statement from the police department about the hostage situation from last week. Okay, now if I can actually pull this thing up to where I can read it. Because, of course, it's like teensy tiny. Like, you can't read it at all. Yeah. Yeah, I really need to say, you know what, it's not going to be weird for me. It's going to be good. And, and I was really, really kind of stressing out about those shirts because, dude, it was like $25 that I wasted on t-shirts. I was like, that's a lot of money to just throw away. I can make dinner for 2 nights with that. Yeah, see, it's like, I do try to like, but for some reason, I don't know, and I don't know if it's like leading up to the full moon, if it's the weird, or if it's once the full moon gets here, but it's like, by the time I realize what's going on and I look up and it's like, oh, there's full moon, so, like, what the heck is going on? Okay, so what did Fayette County sheriffs have to say? Okay, on Sunday morning, November 6th, 2022, at about 7:55 a.m., the Fayette County Sheriff's deputies responded to a residence in Kidwood Landing mobile homes involving a domestic dispute between a male and female at the residence. Upon arrival, deputies made contact with a female outside of the residence who stated she had an argument with her boyfriend, apparently they were not married, concerning her juvenile daughter. During the confrontation, her boyfriend, 27-year-old Christopher Smith from Fayetteville, assaulted her with a knife. As deputies were talking with the victim outside of the residence, Smith exited the front door of the residence with a knife, cutting himself and making threats of unaliving himself. Smith then retreated back into the residence, barricading himself in. Units established a perimeter as Fayette County SWAT was deployed. After an approximate 6-hour standoff, less lethal measures were utilized successfully, and Smith was taken into custody and transported to Piedmont Fayette Hospital to be treated. Smith was released from the medical treatment facility later that day and transported to the Fayette County Jail and charged with aggravated assault and child molestation. Sheriff Babb would like to thank the Tyrone Police Department, the Fayette County Police Department for assistance in our continued partnership with the Clayton County Police Department SWAT team. Yeah. Mr. Smith is going to be sitting in the jail for a while because they are not giving him a bail price at this moment. They have denied bail bond, so he's sitting there, and he's going to, and it's probably for the best. You know, it is what it is. So I'm glad they did not put any more information about the child involved in there, other than stating that he was, it was a juvenile. I'm very grateful for that. That is a well worded police statement. So, and my husband actually had that same thought, Deb. And I was like, you know, I can understand that to an extent, but he should have to pay for what he did. And, she should get some closure on that. And he's going to suffer. So, Georgia prisons are not the best place to be if you have done that, from everything I know. And I have actually have a friend who is in prison for murder right now. I believe he is in the Jackson prison at the diagnostic center. He got moved back. The diagnostic center is your first stop in Georgia prisons, in the Georgia prison system. And it's where they classify you, and it's also maximum security. My friend's been there since 1998, and he's got like 2 appeals left, I think, and then he's done. um, so we're hoping that he can get some sort of something done about his case, because whereas Mr. Smith over here needs to be in prison. My friend, however, was kind of railroaded. He lived in an apartment complex that had multiple floors, And he came home from work, and the cops were at his apartment complex in his unit, and they had already gone into all of the units that were under this. You know those the big air conditioning units that sit on the ground outside, like every home has one for the central heat and air. A woman was murdered and laying over that, and so they went in because obviously you have a woman who is not alive anymore, and they needed to search and see what they could find. But they went ahead and they went into everyone's apartments that were underneath that because they thought she had been thrown out the window and onto the AC unit. And they really had no proof of that because there was like no damage to it. Like, you think if something fell from that high up, like there'd have been damage to it, and there wasn't. And when they got into his apartment unit and in his bathroom, because he didn't have a washer and dryer, he had clothes soaking in his tub. And they used that as him destroying evidence and charged him with the murder. Yeah, that's pretty much what they convicted him on. And the, the even stranger part of it was the fact that I think they focused so heavily on him because he already had a criminal history, but he was never violent like that towards women. And this guy is someone that, like, I let play with my child. So I just, to this day, no one is ever going to make me believe that he did it because, one, at the time frame, he wasn't he wasn't even home, and he hadn't been home. Yeah, he did go to trial for it, and I actually have the case number. Um, I have to dig it up, but we do need to look at that case. This is something that I have wanted to like get a like in depth look at for a while. Um, because it's just it like I remember it happening and just being so like upset by it because it was 97 when he got arrested, so I was 18. um so yeah, but yeah, I'll get the case number and we can take a look at that. You know what, let me see if I can actually pull up anything from there real quick. Okay, y'all, so apparently I just looked this up, right? And I'm going to share this screen in 1 second. Apparently, his case wasn't even like, I'll have to show you because I don't understand much of what I'm looking at here because I don't really read a lot of court documents. But hang on, real quick. Let me get this screen ready to share, and y'all take a look at this. Okay, I didn't realize I was muted and I was just talking for a minute. Durr. So yeah, here we go. Can y'all see that? Is that visible? Can y'all see that? If not, I'll start reading it again. But yeah, see what they're saying happened here is not what I remember actually going down. The nude body of the victim was discovered on top of the AC unit located beneath a second story window of the yeah, that person's apartment, and the window screen was bent and protruded from the inside. Tree limbs between the window and the AC were broken, and although uh, the victim had been beaten, she died from manual strangulation. She was seen the night before standing outside Scott's apartment building. When the investigating officers went to speak with him, he had scratches or marks on his necks and arms. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. He had marks and scratches on his neck and arms, probably his face too. He worked two jobs. One was at a gas station, the Otter convenience store in East Point, and the second was construction. He always had scratches everywhere, his back, his chest, his arms. He was always cut up, like always. So, yeah, I am just kind of, flustered because anyone, um, I do not, yeah, a false fingernail similar to those worn by the victim and clothing in her apartment. Now, her DNA was present in blood located on Scott's bedspread, but they have never. Okay, now let's talk about that. Okay, she didn't have DNA under her nails, but there was blood on his bedspread. Do you know they have never let him get that DNA tested on his own? I don't know if they have to or not, but considering the technology now to then, um, and the, and I don't understand. Okay, now that I don't understand, I know why there would be women's clothes in his apartment. He had a wife, and they were always fighting, and she was always coming and going. So yeah, there would be women's clothes in that house. It doesn't mean that they were necessarily the woman's that they found in that. You see what I'm saying? And you know what? Yeah. Okay, you're talking about a second floor apartment. Okay, there were some broken tree limbs. Okay, yeah, she could have been thrown out that window. Why would he leave her there and go to work? Why? It doesn't make sense because the man isn't stupid. There's just been a lot, and like, so yeah, like, okay, let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'll have to like look at, like, read through this um another time and get the court transcripts. You are right, Juju. And I have all of his case numbers and everything put up for everything because I've kind of wanted to help him get through to like the Innocence Project and talk to them about things I remember from the time. Um, and try to get him some sort of help there because I just don't buy that he did that because like I said, if she was thrown from a second floor apartment building down from there, yes, you would have broken tree limbs, but you would also have damage done to the AC unit. And it was like she was just laid there. Doesn't doesn't make much sense. It's and it has been one of those things that has just bugged me. And I don't get to talk to him very often. And I really wish I could talk to him more. I need to write him. Occasionally, they get lucky and someone gets a cell phone and like everyone can like message people, but they never get like much time with it. And it's illegal anyway, so I'm like, look, dude, don't get yourself in trouble. Yeah, and he does need a better chance to defend himself. And they didn't even look at anyone else. Like the minute they found out he had a previous criminal history, a past criminal history, they were done. East Point was like, nah, it's him. So, oh, I really need to find this one and we need to look at this because there was a case about there was a house on this road, Milam Road, up the street from me, and it blew up one day. Like all of a sudden, we hear a boom, and we're like, "Wow, what's going on?" And we find out from someone who lived in the other mobile home park that was like across the street from where this house was. Um, I I have seen the case files from his sister Juju. I don't personally have them. I have the case numbers and everything. Me and her had sat down and she has all of his like master copies of everything from trial and whatnot. And I have read some of that stuff already. Um, but I don't technically have it in my hands at the moment. Um, so yes, I would like to get do the Freedom of Information Act and get a copy of all of his stuff and and just read, the whole case and get like the trial transcripts and all the other stuff. But oh, okay, and back to like there was no damage on the AC unit. Um, I I know that because I saw that. Um, we literally the night he was taken into custody. Me and my ex husband had given him a ride home, and we were literally walking up to the apartment from behind, and we literally ran into the cops. And that's when they asked him and us who we were. And yeah, and the AC unit was like right there. The body was not there. That I can tell you that much. The body was already gone. But it did not look damaged. Um, was I up close on it? No, no, I wasn't. But I just seem to think like I would like to literally drop a body on one and see what it would do, because I'd like to think there'd be some like noticeable dents in that bad boy. But yes, I'd like to get the police notes. I'd like to get the trial stuff. I would like to get all the details and read through that. Um, Again, because like I said, the only time I've actually looked at his whole like collection of copies of the stuff that he had from when he had his lawyer and they were working on it and blah blah blah. His sister has all that. So yes, I have read some of it. I don't know if he had a complete set of police notes. Um, I might be able to get in contact with her and go ahead and get copies of this stuff, and then we can like scan it and like go through it. I can get you a copy to you, and me and you can discuss. But yeah, I would like to like dig through this case and try to find out, some sort of way to help my friend, because he lost his whole life in prison. It sucks. It really does. His kids are grown. He doesn't even talk to them. His mom died 2 years ago, and he pretty much has a sister, and she's getting older. And he's like, they'll have to let me out of here someday. And I'm like, well, no, they might not. I'm hoping that he can maybe, get out, because he's pushing 60 now. So, um, it's kind of sad. Present the case to you, and you'll be, you know what? We could totally do that. And we'll get on top of that, because it's always bothered me, just from, like I said, the things I remember from going on back then. And, um, because that was like one of the first things they started just like hammering it into him before they even got cuffs on him and got in the car. Like, they're not even like officially interrogating him yet, and they're just flinging questions off of him at when they got him that night. I was like, is that the way this is supposed to go? Because I don't think that's the way this is supposed to work. And the city of East Point, it used to kind of make me laugh, and now it makes me sad. But when I worked there back when I was 16 to 18, the cops came around to all the small businesses, and they put little signs up in the window. And it said, "Welcome to East Point, home of the country's most underpaid police officers. Govern yourself accordingly." They would literally go around and put stuff like that up in the windows. And then when people got, yeah, I just didn't understand it. I need to see if I can find some of those flyers. Maybe my sister still has one, because she used to work at East Point. So that would be fun to actually, yeah. And, they just told him they needed him to come and talk to him, and they threw him in the back of a police car, and we didn't see him again. Well, I didn't see him again. The next time I even talked to him, he was in a jail cell. So it was just messed up. And then my sister's got a friend that's in prison because she had, it was like a domestic abuse situation. And um, her boyfriend, spouse, significant other was abusing her. And she finally, snapped and fought back and ended up, you know. So now she's in jail for that too. And it's like, she was defending herself. What the heck? It's a little ridiculous. It does go that way. It does. That is the way it does go. Oh. Yeah, we need to look at the one AC's talking about too, like the files on that bad boy, and you know we need to do some investigating, Juju. Me and you, we need to get in. We need to get our little magnifying glasses out and start getting on the case. But I actually wanted to watch that. I have not watched it. If it is still on there, I will watch it. And it's kind of like that situation with those the three little girls, where the two little girls decided to that they wanted to sacrifice their other friend to the Slender Man. Like that really happened. Like like no. Well, you know what, Juju? I will watch that tomorrow afternoon because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. My little happy butt is staying at home tomorrow. Not dealing with Walmart another day for at least 2 weeks. Not gonna happen. Then I'll have to put a grocery order in. That Slenderman case was crazy. It was like I felt bad for that little girl because she didn't know it. Like she was so disconnected from reality, and I would feel bad if that was my child. That they didn't understand that it's not real. So, well, y'all, I've been talking for almost an hour, and my throat is getting dry, and I've already drank a whole liter of bubble water. So I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up tonight. I will get on to looking at those cases up, or at least the one with my friend, and maybe next Wednesday we can go over that. Maybe Sunday if I can get it together by then. But let's say next Wednesday we're gonna look over the state of Georgia versus Tyrone Scott. There we go. We'll look that over and see what we can find out there. Um, I hope y'all have a nice night. I will also look into that killer salad. See, I can't talk. Give me an hour of talking, and then it just all goes downhill. The Killer Sally documentary. I will check into that. Well, see, that's just it, though. It's like I would love to dig into cases that have happened to me locally. Like, okay, the guy down the street. Okay, I didn't even finish. You know what? I'm gonna finish that one real quick because I didn't even finish talking about that. So down the street, we had a guy, and his house exploded. Right, friends from the other mobile home community are calling us saying, "Hey, house just blew up." And we're like, "Whoa, what happened?" So apparently, the guy had unalived his wife, then decided to set the house on fire and use an accelerant. But what he didn't realize is that it's actually the fumes from the accelerants that catch fire. And he had all the windows closed, so all these fumes had built up in the house. So when he struck a match, boom. And I think he had gas on. Pretty sure he had the gas on too. But he blew his house up, and I mean, literally, splinters were left. It was awful. But he ended up not only, unaliving his wife, he unalived himself. I was like, if that wasn't like the universe just taking care of that, that was great. Like, good job, universe. Sorry she had to go. Sorry he had to do that to her. But thank you for taking care of him. You know, sucked for her, but him, he deserved it. So yes, um, we need to watch that show, Killer Sally. Oh, that is so awesome, Juju, that you have their end table still. Yeah, see, I've been telling my kiddo Deb to get me some Colorado info for the crime cases. Oh, see, sometimes the universe gets that stuff right. It takes care of business. All right, y'all. Like I said, I'm getting tongue tied. It's getting late. Oh, it's time to go. Take the pumpkin pills. So I'm gonna go turn into a pumpkin now. Y'all have a nice night. I will see y'all Sunday, and we will. I will let you know the situation on the Scott versus state of Georgia situation. If I already have the information, we will discuss. If not, we will leave it to next Wednesday. We will talk about that. I will get on the viewing, and yeah. So I will talk to y'all later. Good night. And tomorrow on Juju's channel, Oreos. Got to discuss the Oreos. All right. Night, everyone. Bye.